Toastmaster Kashish.
I am Toastmaster Ikra.
And we welcome you all to the very first event of Raisoni Institute's Toastmasters Club, CYNOSURE 2022-23. CYNOSURE is an annual event of Raisoni Toastmasters Club that aims at introducing our newcomers that are our first years to the world of Toastmasters International.
According to our rituals and traditions, we seek blessings from our Almighty God before beginning of any event. So, to do the same, I request our Chief Mentor, Dr. Manisha Zilpilwar, HOD of BBA Department, Professor Pankaj Pethe, President of Diamond Club, June Jariwala, President of Emerald Club, Nilesh Boyer, and our Principal, Jaswinder Kaur, to come forward for the lighting of the lamp.
I know you guys are all confused and have so many questions. What is Toastmasters? Why are we having CYNOSURE for this?
So let me enlighten you.
Do you know that Toastmasters International is not just limited to an institution, but it is spread across 149 countries with around more than 15,800 clubs and a formed amount of more than 3 lakh members. And you will be surprised to know that you are going to be a part of this amazing organization, where you can transform yourself into a good orator and an efficient leader. Since 1924, Toastmasters International has helped people from diverse backgrounds to become more confident speakers, communicators, and leaders.
Dr. Aarti Deshpande. She has always been the biggest support to Toastmasters and has always shared special guidance to us. Be ready to get mesmerized by her words of wisdom. The stage is all yours.
An exuberant morning to all present here. An exuberant morning to all present here. CYNOSURE. We always look forward for this particular event. This is nothing but introduction of Toastmasters to Bengal. That is particularly the new members who will be joining the Toastmasters International Club. Currently, just now, they have introduced you what is exactly Toastmasters. And my dear friends, when I have not said good morning to all, I have used the word exuberant because this is how the Toastmasters, they talk. They will never use, simple language. They will all have, some flowery language, flowery words. And today morning only I was reading something that what is important is how you communicate with people and how you listen to people. Because when you talk, everybody should listen to you. And when somebody talks, you should listen to them carefully. And this is what Toastmasters is going to teach you. I'm always scared when I'm talking on this particular platform where only the Toastmasters are present, and especially the senior Toastmasters, because they have a very I don't know whether I should say it is a bad or it's a good habit, but they have the habit of evaluating people, and especially the speeches. So I'm always scared delivering my speech in front of these seasoned Toastmasters. Why I'm surprised and why I'm little scary? Because the moment they'll meet you, they'll ask you one question: do you have glossophobia? And you will say, what? And then they'll ask you, do you have glossophobia? Again, you will be surprised what they're asking. And then they'll say, do you have fear of public speaking? And then they'll say, अरे stage fear है क्या? Then हम बोलेंगे तो सीधे सीधे पूछना भाई. But they have, the jokes apart, they will never speak, simple language, and that is the beauty of Toastmasters. Why Toastmasters is only offered to the students of BBA and MBA. We do have an infinity club for the students of BCCA, BCom, and other batches, that is BCA. But especially for BBA, this international club, we are giving you membership of this club, and these girls, they've already explained you that this is an international club and very elite people are there as a member of this club. And we at Raisoni, we will be paying your membership fees in dollars to Toastmasters International. The reason being that the management students are expected, rather the budding managers are expected to communicate properly, because your first impression is the last impression, that is what we say. So it is important how you communicate, and the best part of this particular club is they'll help you to become competent leaders and competent communicators. When it comes to leader, we all know that management program is all about leadership. So these 3 years are, no doubt, you will have a lot of opportunities to enjoy the life at Raisoni, but this is also a stepping stone for your future. So make sure that you take 100% out of this particular club. And the beauty of this club is that it is completely run by the students of Raisoni group, rather students of RBS, and they help you in every situation, right from drafting your speeches, correcting your speeches, taking your reels and everything. They are going to show you the demo made, so I should not speak much about Toastmasters here. You have a chief mentor for this particular club, Dr. Manisha Jilpidwa, and she is not only a teacher, but she herself is a wonderful leader. Because from the day she has taken over this Toastmasters as a part of her life, I'll say it is a part of her life, because she is 100%, she has dedicated 100% of her efforts towards the development or flourishment of this particular club. We have a lot of accolades after she has joined this club. I think very soon you will be able to know about the awards and recognitions we have received from the Toastmasters International. So apart from your seniors, your teachers are also there to support you. What is important for you is to take the first step towards the journey of Toastmasters. And I'll tell you here, it's not that I'm frightening you, but it is going to be a mandatory activity for all of you. Every student has to become the part of Toastmasters. And why I'm saying this, you ask your seniors how Toastmasters make a difference in your life. This is that when you have a degree, I'm telling you that only if you take care of, if you talk about the RTM in you, that is the Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj Nagpur University, from where you will be getting your degree. From that university itself, every year, not less than 5,000 students are taking the degree of BBA. I'm talking about only one university, and you know how many universities are there in India. I'm only talking about the BBA program. So what important is that how you are going to create a niche for yourself, how you are different than the others, and this is one of the platforms which will help you to create a differentiator for yourself. Very soon you are going to experience the Toastmasters meet or demo meet, and as I said that they are not used to use simple language, and that is why they have kept the name CYNOSURE. It's CYNOSURE, someone will take different pronunciations, but it is a demo meet just to introduce to the world of Toastmasters to all of you. And I'm confident enough that you all will join this particular club and will make best out of this club. So all the best to all of you, and thank you so much all the seniors for organizing it in such a wonderful manner. Thank you Manisha ma'am, and I hope your new team who's going to get installed today will provide all the support to their juniors and will create a different kind of platform for all the newly joined Toastmasters. Thank you so much and all the best.
Toastmasters has been a part of the college since 15 years. And all these years we have achieved numerous awards and recognitions and has set a benchmark. But wait, all these things were not possible without one person, who is the pillar of our club, our chief mentor, Toastmaster Manisha Zildilba. She is the backbone of Toastmasters Club, and without her, our club is just like English without grammar. Her appreciation, advices, even her scoldings are turning each one of us into a better person each day. Ma'am, can we have you on the stage, please?
Good morning, everybody. We're to CYNOSURE. This platform that you've been hearing about, Toastmasters, I think. Welcome to CYNOSURE. The word Toastmasters has been ringing in your heads from the time you have joined or entered BBA at Raisoni. And today, you really get to know what is CYNOSURE, what is Toastmasters. The entire meet today is arranged in such a format that you will get a clear understanding of Toastmasters. But from my end, I would like to say that it surprises me when I see few students or many students understanding communication skills, leadership skills, but do not want to break that barrier in their mind and come across it and come on the stage and express yourself. Unless each one of you feels that or that the thought process that I should be here, I should be coming, I should be giving my speeches, I should lead a team, I should work in a team, I should know how to mentor others, I should know how to contest, I should know how should I achieve my levels, and a number of things that you will learn at Toastmasters. Knowing the benefits, you'll understand the benefits, but it is up to you if you really want to achieve it. Even if it's a mandatory activity, but still, I say, achieving your dreams, achieving the levels is not an easy task. Because you have a number of levels, number of parts to be covered. But if you're ready for it, the stage is all yours. My TGC, the TGC members here, they work selflessly the year round to mentor you, to guide you, and let you know that this is the stage right for you. But I need the approach from your side. I need each one of you to feel that feeling that yes, I want to be here. Today, when the TGC members will be showing you the demo meet today, will be demonstrating it to you, you will feel that yes, even I want to be here, right? But when you have that feeling, get up from that seat and just approach us and we'll be there to guide you in the entire process. One thing, students, is very necessary for you to know that when you are on this Toastmasters platform, you stand for Raisoni, you stand for an international club. It's not a club that it's only at the college level. No, please understand this very clearly, that it's an international club. When Aarti ma'am said that we are paying in dollars, she rightly stated that because each level of yours, each speech of yours, each achievement of yours is registered there on the portal. And I'm very sure that till now, the number of awards we have got, the clothes we have got, we have been working as a team. And without everybody contributing to it, none of those awards would be possible, ma'am. And yes, if I have achieved, or if we as a club have achieved it till now, I am very sure that later on, or from the year onwards, we might receive many more awards. Okay, do you all give me that thumbs up or a yes for that? Sure? Yes? Yes. Let's cross our fingers for that. And a long beat is lined up, so I'm handing it over to Toastmaster Ikra and Toastmaster Kashish. Thank you so much.
Brief you how Toastmasters work. A Toastmasters meeting provides you an opportunity and a supportive environment to improve your public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. Members learn leadership skills by organizing and conducting meetings and completing the projects of the respective pathway chosen. The projects address skills such as listening, planning, motivating, and team building, and give members the opportunity to practice them.
But now the question arises, what is a pathway? A journey of personal and professional development. Pathway is designed to help you build the skills you need to communicate and lead. It comprises of 11 parts, which teaches you more than 300 unique competencies. Starting with dynamic leadership, effective coaching, innovative planning, leadership development, motivation strategies, persuasive influence, presentation mastery, strategic relationships, team collaborations, visionary communication, and engaging humor.
In Toastmasters, you will experience learnings through pathways. You have to deliver speeches according to your pathway you have chosen. But when it comes to challenge yourself, they say it is good to have contests and competitions because it pushes you to do better. And sometimes you just need to take that one step and trust the magic of new beginnings. And Toastmaster provides you numerous opportunities to prove yourself and find a perfect genre for you.
Have you ever wanted to hear a speech that will make you laugh and tickle you? Something that you will enjoy. And for that, Toastmasters provide you with the humorous speech contest, the perfect place to find full entertainment. Getting valuable feedbacks is the best way to become a master at public speaking. And to evaluate someone and give some valuable points to the speaker is an art. And to acknowledge this art, Toastmasters conduct an evaluation contest.
Next, we have the International Speech Contest where you are provided with a platform to express your inspiring thoughts through a speech. Next, the Table Topic Contest which challenges you to practice thinking and speaking skills on your feet. It helps you develop 4 communication skills that are listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering.
Till now, what you've heard about Toastmasters is reaching professionalism and perfection. But what about those crazy heads who are always in the fantasy world? Who believe in other than motivating and inspiring the audience, the speech could be related to something random and crazy. And for them, we are here with tall tales to give a platform to these crazy heads.
Raisoni has set its own benchmark and its own example. Let's see what we are, what we do in Toastmasters. For the same, we have a video presentation. Let's have a glimpse of it.
Toastmasters has 3 mega events, starting with Achievers. Achievers is the most proud moment of all our Toastmasters, and it becomes more special when your achievements and skills are showcased in front of your own parents. Here, our seasoned Toastmasters complete their levels.
Toastmasters is all about growing yourself. But in Raisoni Toastmasters, we not only believe in to just grow yourself, we also believe in growing the people around you. And with this same thought, the Raisoni Toastmasters Club organizes the Icebreaker Marathon every year. This marathon is for the Toastmasters to give their icebreaker as well as a chance to compete for the best icebreaker and best mentor-mentee award. Even you as a junior get a chance to mentor your fellow mates and experience what it takes to be a mentor.
The most awaited event of Raisoni Toastmasters Club, the Toast Fest. It is a 2-day event where both the clubs, Diamond and Emerald Club, compete with each other for the best club trophy. The results are declared by the performance of the club throughout the year. Toast Fest is filled with amazing activities and mind-blowing themes. In this event, both clubs are responsible to organize the event according to their themes.
They say if you don't show appreciation to those that deserve it, they will learn to stop doing things you appreciate. The Raisoni Toastmasters Club appreciates and felicitates you for your participation and achievements.
The club also felicitate members as Toastmaster of the Month from both the clubs, which is then forwarded by the TM Express. TM Express is a monthly newsletter which will keep you updated about all the happenings in that month, where the seasoned Toastmasters share their experiences. So I hope you all are also interested to share your views next year. With this, now it's our turn to call those two amazing and energetic personalities who will carry forward this event like butter on the hot pan, and they are Toastmaster Arya and Toastmaster Aryan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ikra, for that wonderful introduction of us. Good morning to Madam Toastmaster, Aarti ma'am, Jessie ma'am, HOD Pankaj sir, all the fellow faculty members, and my dear Toastmasters. I am Toastmaster Arya.
And I am Toastmaster Ari, and we will be going ahead with the further proceedings. So my dear juniors, can anyone of you tell me what according to you a leader is in Toastmaster?
Anyone?
Toastmaster Ari?
Well, according to me, a leader in a Toastmasters is someone who leads a group, but he or she also takes the group ahead, mentors and guides each and everyone to level up in their communication and leadership skills.
Exactly, and each leader in Toastmasters has different role, but same goal, that is moving ahead towards betterment.
On 12th July 2020, a team was formed, a team that was going to set another benchmark, a team that is going to be leading this year's Toastmasters General Council.
Toastmasters General Council is a team of 20 members where one can build his or her leadership skills. The aim of the General Council is to work for the betterment of the club. Raisoni Institute's Toastmasters Club is divided into two clubs, Diamond and Emerald, and each of this club has its own president, advisor, vice president, sergeant arms, speech crafters, and digital head.
So in total, Toastmasters General Council consists of 20 Toastmasters elected by active Toastmasters, with 2 presidents, 2 advisors, 1 club quality consultant, 2 vice president, 2 sergeant arms, 8 speech crafters, 2 digital head, and working under 1 chief mentor. Now, what does an active Toastmasters mean? Well, an active Toastmasters is someone who have been actively participating in club, role playing, and contests, and who have already completed his or her level 1.
Toastmasters who complete their level 1 can apply for the post of vice president, sergeant arms, and speech crafter.
Toastmasters who complete their level 3 can apply for the post of president, advisor, and club quality consultant.
Toastmasters General Council gets to mentor the new Toastmasters, which gives them a chance to make themselves a better leader. Some of the responsibilities of the council includes handling the whole club, conducting weekly meetings or team meetings, making a schedule, report, participating in different contests, role-playing at the area or district level, and managing events like Achievers, Toastfest, and Icebreaker Marathon.
Though everyone has their own role and different posts, and the club is divided into 2, but they all work for the success of Raisoni Institute's Toastmasters Club.
Before we go ahead and introduce you all to this year's council, let's see them all in this video sharing their experience of being a part of the Toastmasters Club. And meanwhile, I request all the TGC members to kindly take their positions for the march past.
President of Diamond Club, Toastmaster Jhunjhariwala.
The President of Emerald Club, Toastmaster Evaluator.
The Advisor of Diamond Club, Toastmaster Felicitation Session.
The Advisor of Emerald Club, Toastmaster Umre.
The Club Quality Consultant, Toastmaster Sajida Khatun. The Vice President of Diamond Club, Toastmaster Ikra Khan.
The Vice President of Emerald Club, Toastmaster Kashish Dimhur.
The Sergeant of Diamond Club, Toastmaster Adnan Sayyed.
The Sergeant of Emerald Club, Toastmaster Hussain Zariwala.
The Speech Drafter from Diamond Club, Toastmaster Bhavya Sharma.
The Speech Drafter from Emerald Club, Toastmaster Riya Dukhar.
The Speech Drafter from Diamond Club, Toastmaster Komal Deshmukh.
The Speech Drafter from Emerald Club, Toastmaster Khushi Khandelwal.
The Speech Drafter from Diamond Club, Toastmaster Mohammed Islam.
The Speech Drafter from Emerald Club, Toastmaster Palak Jan.
The Speech Drafter from Diamond Club, Toastmaster Sarika Wankhede.
The Speech Drafter from Emerald Club, Toastmaster Renuka Bhopal.
Digital Head, Diamond Club, Toastmaster Preet Kaur.
Digital Head, Emerald Club, Toastmaster Manmeet Singh Bedi.
Please give a round of applause for our Toastmasters General Council. The USP of dancing themselves, but also develop the members too.
Their exuberant qualities will help many turn into excellent speakers. Therefore, we now have the badge winning ceremony as a token of appreciation of their leadership.
I would like to request our Director Ma'am, Dr. A Toastmasters whose speech are something that someone should always look upon. A Toastmaster ready to take any challenges, whatever be the results. A leader backed from his past experience, he is the president of Diamond Club, Toastmaster Jhunjhariwala.
He looks calm and shy, but his work and dedication defines what it's like to be a Toastmaster. He's back again with his past experience, ready to take up the role of President of Emerald Club. He is Toastmaster Nilesh Bhoyer.
A Toastmaster who learns so much from failure, success, he has seen it all. He's famous for his intense eyes. He's all ready to bring back his A game this time. He's the advisor of Diamond Club, Toastmaster Felicitation Session.
She worked so hard hard last year that she made every junior confused if she is a part of the council. And the same hard work and dedication made her a spot in this year's council as the advisor of Emerald Club. She is Toastmaster Janvi Umre.
Having her around is like having an extra hand which will help you in your work. Be a member of Emerald or Am, and that's exactly what her post is this time. She is a club quality consultant, Toastmaster Sajida Khatun. Watching her delivering her speech was a clear picture for all of us that she is meant to be a leader of Toastmasters. She's bright, brilliant, and short. She is our Toastmaster Ikra Khan, the Vice President of Diamond Club.
When it comes to leadership, she defines it with her words, work, and actions. Her nature is fun and jolly. A super active Toastmaster last year, ready to take up the role of Vice President this year. She is Toastmaster Kashish Tembure.
This Toastmaster is famous for his balanced speeches between information and lots of humor. He is the Sergeant-at-Arms of Diamond Club, Toastmaster Adnan Sayyid.
Professionalism is a single word for this Toastmaster. He is a bit unpredictable, but his stage presentation is always on point. He is the Sergeant-at-Arms of Emerald Club, Toastmaster Hussain Zariwal.
A Toastmaster with the perfect balance of humor in his speech and speaking qualities while delivering. Here is the speech drafter from Diamond Club, Toastmaster Bhavya Sharma.
A Toastmaster with powerful voice, actions, work plus words. The person in the limelight in most of her roles. She is the speech drafter from Emerald Club, Toastmaster Dia Kothari.
She is one of the most strong, confident speakers on stage and is exactly opposite of her name. She is the speech drafter from Diamond Club, Toastmaster Komal Deshmukh.
spreading happiness is what she does. Her speech content is always on fire. She is a speech crafter from Emerald Club, Toastmaster Kushi Khandelwal.
Attracting people towards his speech with humor, body language, and stage choreography is what he does, which makes him a perfect Toastmaster. He is the speech crafter from Diamond Club, Toastmaster Mohit Chaudhary.
All-rounder of Emerald Club, she is filled with perfection, confidence, humor, and a free spirit, which attracts everyone towards her. She is a speech crafter from Emerald Club, Toastmaster Palak Jani.
Organized and resolved speaker. With her speech content, she attracts the audience attention. A person loyal towards the club, she is the speech crafter from Diamond Club, Toastmaster Sanika Matthew.
She is the perfect example of improving and leveling up with every speech. A super active Toastmaster last year, ready to be a speech crafter this year. She is Toastmaster Renuka Gurpagi from Emerald Club.
A Toastmaster with hidden talent of designing, she's ready to amaze her with the work on digital posters. She's the Toastmaster on a pre-called digital head from Diamond Club.
His continuous work of being a strategy dance and a technical head gave us an idea about his post last year. With this tech and photography skills, he is ready to become a digital head from Emerald Club. Toastmaster Manmeet Singh Bedi.
Leadership is an oath to serve others. An oath is a promise you make in order to stick with it and follow it throughout your leadership year.
For the oath taking ceremony, I would request our director, Dr. Adilesh Pandey to recite the oath and all the Toastmaster General Council members to kindly take your positions and repeat the same after her.
तू पुढे आण थोडं. नाही
All the teaching members, can we take your positions?
We do solemnly affirm
We do solemnly affirm
that we shall faithfully
that we shall faithfully
represent the interest
represent the interest
of student body of Raisoni Toastmasters General Council.
of student body of Raisoni Toastmasters General Council.
We shall take up the duty
We shall take up the duty
to become a positive
to become a positive
and powerful voice for the Raisoni Toastmasters Club.
and powerful voice for the Raisoni Toastmasters Club.
We will, to the best of our ability,
to the best of our ability,
uphold,
promote,
and support
and support
the goals and objectives of the club.
the goals and objectives of the club.
Our actions
Our actions
will be directed towards guiding,
will be directed towards guiding,
motivating, and leading the students
and leading the students
to become a better version of themselves.
to become a better version of themselves.
We promise
We promise
to work in unison
to work in unison
for the goals
for the goals
and objectives of Raisoni Toastmasters Club.
and objectives of Raisoni Toastmasters Club.
We will strive
We will strive
to achieve
to achieve
the high level of expectations
the high level of expectations
that goes along
that goes along
with being a prudent part of Toastmasters.
with being a prudent part of Toastmasters.
Thank you all and all the best to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. I congratulate the team and wish them best of luck for this journey. Thank you everyone. You may now take your seats.
Express, a monthly e-newsletter head for both the clubs.
Let's recognize them by giving them their respective badges. For the same, let's have our Chief Mentor, Toastmaster Manisha ma'am on the stage. And let's have the editor, Toastmaster Mustafa Zuzair, and the co-editor, Toastmaster Sanjana Parwani. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to Toastmaster Mustafa and Sanjana.
Acceptance speech for a role is what every leader does before stepping into the role. It's a speech to keep their promises.
It's time to call the president of Diamond Club, Toastmaster June, to come up on the stage and give his acceptance speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster Arya and Aryan. A very wonderful morning to Madam Toastmaster, our Director, Dr. Toastermaster Event, HOD of BB section, Professor Pankaj Pete sir, and Principal Jaswinder Kaur ma'am. You all have heard my name, Toastmaster June Jariwala, President of Diamond Club. But what was behind that? What was the journey of Toastmaster June Jariwala before he became a Toastmaster? 2 years in Toastmasters have taught me many things. 2 years totally changed my personality. The journey was a roller coaster ride for me. A full roller coaster ride for me, full of ups and downs, full of fears, full of stage fears, and full of anxiety. But no, I came up on the stage and proved myself. Last year, the club gave me a chance to portray my leadership quality by electing me as a vice president of Diamond Club. But guess me, in the beginning, it was a time bomb on my wrist without the time mentioned on it. But don't worry, it never blasted. But I was so nervous in the beginning, but my fellow mates and my seniors always had my back and always supported me. And this year, again, you guys have elected me as a president of this club. And last year was the most successful year for Diamond Club, I guess, because we won the Best Club Award in the Toast Fest after long 5 years. And it was the best year for the club and for me as well as. We won the Best Club Award, so it's not like we won the club, that's why it was a successful year for me. That year was successful because I had a great team. I had lots of learning for myself. I had lots of learning for my juniors. I had a full team of my own. The team which I got was the most and was the best, I can say. And this year, again I have got a team to lead. And I can say it is a better version of that team. I would like to thank Dr. Aarti Deshpande ma'am for giving us multiple chances for portraying our leadership qualities. Manisha ma'am to motivate me, to support me, to guide me, to scold me. Everything has worked and have groomed me as a leader, as a communicator, as a person. My heartiest gratitude to my fellow mates, my last TGC, and of course, I cannot forget my immediate past president and advisor, Toastmaster Rishika and Toastmaster Neha, who always trusted me that I can do anything, everything. Even if I used to mess up anything, they used to know that, yeah, I can do it and I'll do it in a better way. So the most of the contribution, I can say, was them. And the rest is the history. And we had a blast in the last 2 years. And I guess this year will be more blast for us. And yes, this year again we will win the Toast Fest. Again, and again, we will win the Toast Fest. Thank you. And over to the thank you.
Now let's have the president of Emerald Club, Toastmaster Nilesh, to give his acceptance speech.
And I start. Am I audible? And a static morning, everyone, my fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and my distinguished guests present over here. I feel honored and privileged to stand in front of you today as the president of Raisoni Institute's Emerald Toastmaster Club. 2 years journey was not a small thing for me. Me being me, very shy, calm, as you saw in the video. It was challenging for me personally because I was the person never used to come in front, speak, and today you can see I am addressing the audience, a huge audience in front of me. Stage fear is in every one of us, but the thing matters is how we approach our stage fear. If we get the chance, coming forward is what we have to do, and rest our TGC will do for you. They will be at back always. They will support you when you want, but the first step that you have to take is the only thing which matters in Toastmasters, because after you come, everything depends on us TGC members, to uphold you. And being the vice president, and I promise you all that you take that first step, and rest we will do. So with this, I experienced many things last year, and this year I will be proving that I had learned from those things. The club has gave me many things, and the time is to return it back. So thank you. And over to Toastmaster Arya.
I'm sure you all might have heard the word bulletin, newsletter, and I'm sure most of you all have read them too. It's a small booklet containing all the information regarding an institute or a club.
Similarly, Raisoni Institute Toastmasters Club have an annual newsletter called Toaster, which contains information regarding its history, the past council member, their experience, awards won, and so much more. It's not only a booklet, but motions of every past council member put together to read out for everyone.
Let me now call upon Aarti ma'am, Manisha ma'am, along with the editor of the 6th edition of the Toastmaster June and Toastmaster Nilesh, to officially release the Toaster of the year 21-22.
Congratulations and thank you everyone. A Toastmasters meeting has its own flow, a certain pattern with different role players playing their roles with full dedication to help out everyone in their role. The success of a club meeting depends on the participants. At each meeting, there are many roles to fill, and they play an important part in making the club meeting an enjoyable experience.
It's now time to start with our demo meeting, where you'll learn the flow of Toastmasters meetings, how each and every role player plays its role, how the speeches are delivered, and at one of the sessions, you'll get a chance to be a part of it as well. So let us introduce you all to the role players of today's Toastmaster meeting.
The Sergeant Town Toastmaster Evaluator.
The presiding officer, Toastmaster Mohawk Chaurasia.
And the evaluators, Toastmaster June and Toastmaster Sanjana. So, let the learning begin. Let me call upon the Sergeant at Toastmaster Diya Kothari to give this meeting a start.
Special feeling when starting something. No matter how many times you go through it, you look forward to it because you know that something. The same happens when in a Toastmasters meeting we hear distractions from the audience. It compromises the whole fun and decorum of the meeting. It is my role as the Sergeant at Arms to maintain the decorum of the meeting. This is Toastmaster Diya Kothari. Being the Sergeant at Arms for today's meet, it is my pleasure to be the first speaker today. I would like to begin by stating the mission of a Toastmasters Club. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to create a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are are empowered to develop strong communication and leadership skills, resulting in personal growth and great self-confidence. Before we begin with the meeting, please follow the rules as stated. Please refrain from entering or exiting the meeting room as it disturbs the meeting. Make sure that any noise-making device around you is kept on silent mode. I will give you 10 seconds to do so. Speakers, please refrain on speaking on topics such as sex, religion, or politics, as it might hurt sentiments or cause disputes. I hope the decorum of the meeting is maintained and the meeting runs flawlessly. Thank you. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome one of our most enthusiastic Toastmasters, the presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Toastermaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster dear. As they say, even the wisest mind has something yet to learn. A gracious welcome to Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, and all the keen and desirous students to the CYNOSURE of 22-23. For over 15 years, our club has created a warm, friendly, and supportive environment as we gather each week to fulfill our club's mission as stated by the Surgeon at Arms. Toastmasters International is a non-profit education organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills. It has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speakers, communicators, and leaders. And that being said, I'd like to put a spotlight on the details of our last meeting. Our last meeting was held on 25th May 2022, wherein Toastmaster Waqas Khan delivered his Level 1 Project 3, and Toastmaster Deepa Munod, Toastmaster Devanshi, Toastmaster Mohak Chaurasya, Toastmaster Renuka, Toastmaster Tanish Chaze delivered their Level 1 Project 4 and successfully completed their Level 1. Also, Toastmaster Sanvi delivered her Level 2 Project 3. And all these wonderful Toastmasters definitely prove the quote right that consistency is the last resort of the imaginative. And now moving further, I would like to invite our Toastmaster of the day, who is a very fine speaker and never fails to catch the attention of the audience with his quality stage presence. With a huge round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mustafa.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Mohak. So I announce Toastmaster Dia. Shall we begin the meet?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. You cannot start a new chapter in your life if you keep rereading the last one. This is a quote which I really like. Today, we are gathered here to start a new chapter in the books of Toastmasters. Every year, we are gathered in this very room, in this very event, to mark a new beginning in the history of Toastmasters. And today is no different. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome you all to the CYNOSURE event of Raisoni Institute's Toastmasters Club for the year 2022-23. Now, for the benefit of our members and the audience, I would like to state a structure of a Toastmasters meeting. How a Toastmasters meeting proceeds. Well, every Toastmasters meeting happens in 4 sessions or rounds. The first session, that is the prepared speech session. Now, as we all are college-going students, so I'll give you an example of our college. Now, imagine you enter a classroom and the teacher walks in. Now, you would want the teacher to present the lectures with utmost confidence and enthusiasm. And how can that happen? Only if the teacher is well-versed and well-prepared about their lectures on prior basis. That's exactly what happened in Toastmasters in the prepared speech round. The speakers have to be well-versed and well-prepared about their speeches on prior basis. Why? So that they can speak with most confidence, enthusiasm, and the speech does not become boring. It becomes interactive and fun to listen to. So that's the prepared speech round. in which one after the other speakers will come on the stage and deliver their prepared speeches according to their levels and pathways. Moving on, the second session, the table topic session. This is a very interesting session because this session involves you, the audience. Now again, give an example of a college. Imagine you enter a classroom and the teacher calls out for an assignment that was due 1 week ago. Being a backbencher, obviously I would submit my assignment as late as possible. And when the teacher calls out my name, I would have that short 5 minutes of time to think about a story about what exactly happened to my homework. I mean, the backbenchers are best at doing this. When the teacher calls out your name, you are completely shook. And in that moment of adrenaline, you have to think of a short story about what happened to your homework. Oh, sir, I think my dog ate my homework. Oh, sir, I'm sorry. I think I was coming to the college and on the way, my homework was burned to ashes. I'm sorry, I cannot submit it. Well, this is somewhat similar to a table topic. Why? Because in a table topic, you will get spontaneous topics on the spot. And this challenges your listening, thinking, organizing and delivering skills. How can you think and organize in a short span of time? It all depends on your skills. And this skill is challenged in the table topic session, for which we have a designated table topics master who will provide you with challenging and interesting topics. So do take part. Moving forward, the third session, that is the evaluation session. Now, obviously, a classroom, a teacher. Why do we need a teacher in a classroom? Because a teacher knows what's right and what's wrong. And the teacher gives us recommendations about how to turn the rights, how to turn the wrongs and turn them into rights. When we are making a mistake, a teacher would suggest us how to not make that mistake and be better. Similarly, in Toastmasters, we have a general evaluator who has his own team of speech evaluators and role players who judge small aspects of the meet. May it be your grammar, your time, or your vocabulary. It is all judged in the evaluation round. Moving forward, the last session, that is the felicitation session. Now, throughout the year, you work so hard in a class. At the end of the year, what do we all want? What do we fiend for? I mean, I personally want good marks that hopefully I can pass and some recognition. Well, that's what we do in Toastmasters. When you work so hard in the meeting, giving your A game, giving your outstanding performances, at the end of the meet, we give you some recognition in the form of badges. And this recognition is given to the best speaker, best role player, best evaluator, and best table topic speaker. Yes, you heard that right. Even the best table topic speaker amongst you all will get recognition if you give a good table topic. And the felicitation happens in a voting system where votes are counted and the badges are given by a chief mentor, Manisha ma'am. So these were the 4 sessions: the prepared speech session, the table topic session, the evaluation session, and the felicitation session. Now, for the further proceedings, I would like to hand over the meeting to the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nilesh. Over to you.
What would happen if you know the destination and not the right path? You will be misleading and you will be finding your way. But at the end, you will be wasting your time. And in Toastmaster, you know what is the destination. The destination is to improve yourself, to make yourself a better communicator, a better public speaker, and a leader. But then you don't know the path. And here is when my role comes into an existence, to show you the right path. Good morning everyone, I am Toastmaster Nilesh, the General Evaluator for today's meeting. So, my role as a General Evaluator includes 2 things. First and foremost, I will be observing everything. I will be noting down the points for each and every participant and giving my report which will be more of the suggestions so that our participants could improve in the further meetings. This is how you can improve. Next, my role include the speech, my evaluation team, which will be the speech evaluators and the tag team. The tagline itself suggests that T stands for timer, A is for our counter, and G is for grammarian. So now in Toastmaster it is very important to conduct the program and deliver speech within a strict time limit. If you exceed the time or if you are below the time, you will be disqualified. And therefore we have timer in Toastmaster meeting. So now I would like to invite timer Toastmaster Komal on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilesh. Try to imagine life without timekeeping. You probably can't. That's why God limits our days and our time. Why? To make each one precious. A very bright morning to Madam Toastmasters and all my fellow Toastmasters present here. Since I have been a part of Toastmasters, I have learned the importance of time, on time and in time. Conducting a program and delivering a speech within strict time limits is what we learn in Toastmaster. As a timer, it's my responsibility to keep a track of time throughout the session. For the icebreaker, the time duration is 4 to 6 minutes. For the prepared speeches, the time duration is 5 to 7 minutes. And for the evaluation, time duration is 2 to 3 minutes. I will be showing green card at minimum prescribed time, the yellow card at moderate prescribed time, and the red card at maximum prescribed time. I shall be back with my reports when I called upon. Thank you and over to General Evaluator Toastmaster Nilesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Komal. The journey of every Toastmaster starts with stammers, slutters, and this is what affect the fluency of your speech. But don't worry, we have someone to count your stammers so that you could keep a watch on it and improve in your next speech or next performance. Therefore, I would like to call now timer Toastmaster, our counter Toastmaster on the stage.
General Evaluator Toastmaster Nilesh. When you go to a party and you are vibing hard with all the trendy songs, but suddenly a Spotify ad comes in between and destroys your vibe, well, that's exactly what unnecessary pauses and stammers do to a speech. They kill the whole vibe of the speech. But don't worry, to your rescue, I have human version of Spotify Premium. In Toastmasters, there is someone who helps you with these unnecessary pauses and stammers. That is an R counter. Good morning, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. I am Toastmaster Renuka. My role today as an R counter is to listen for words that are used as crutch or personal. During the meeting, I will also notice when a speaker repeats a word such as I, or this means. I will also notice when there is inappropriate usage of expressions such as so, well, you know, and sounds like and All these unnecessary pauses and stammers affect your quality as a speaker or communicator. I wish the best to all the speakers and I will present my reports whenever called upon during the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Nilesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Renuka. Toastmaster is one of the professional platform that you can get. And on this professional platform, English is the only means of communication. And therefore, to improve with your English language, we have someone in Toastmaster meet, the grammarian. And now I would like to invite grammarian Toastmaster to sit on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilesh. You know what? There is an old joke on grammar. It says, good grammar is like personal hygiene. You may ignore it if you want, but don't be surprised if people draw their conclusions. A magnolious morning to all my fellow Toastmasters present over here. I am Toastmaster Hussain, the grammarian for today's meeting. Grammar, I realize, is like the salt in our food. If the salt is present in the perfect amount, it does not make the food taste extra good. That's the job of the ingredients. But if the salt is absent, the taste of the food is compromised. Now, this is the exact same with grammar. If the grammar is present in the perfect amount, it does not make a speech extra good. That's the job of the content, right? But with improper grammar, everything is compromised. So today, as the grammarian, I'll help you in telling that whether your speech has the perfect amount of salt or not. Also, I'll be noting the good as well as not so good usage of the English language. As the grammarian, it is also my responsibility to introduce you to the word of the day and the phrase of the day. The word of the day for today's meet is magnolious, which means very good, excellent, magnificent. And the examples are, the New Year celebration was indeed magnolious, the day was quite magnolious. Now, the phrase of the day. That is, to stop someone in their tracks, which means to surprise someone very much. And the examples are, the boy stopped in his tracks when he got his exam results. The girl stopped in her tracks when the lights suddenly switched off. I encourage everyone to use the word of the day and the phrase of the day in their respective speeches. In case you use it, it is requested to appreciate by showing our thumbs up. That's all from my side now. I'll be back with my reports whenever called upon during the meeting. Wishing all the best to all the speakers. I hope the meet is magnolious and all the speakers stop me in my tracks. Over to the General Evaluator Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussain. Now, this was my tag team who will be helping me evaluate the entire meeting on some of the special aspects. Now to continue with the meeting, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mustafa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nilesh, for that magnolious introduction of your tag team. Let's now begin with the prepared speech session. But before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our camera person and our second sergeant at arms, Toastmaster Adnan and Toastmaster Tanish. And before we begin, I would like to state a rule of Toastmasters Club. Any speaker who delivers their level 1, project 1, that is the icebreaker, or the level 5, project 3, that is the last project of their pathway, we are supposed to give a standing ovation to them. So I hope all of you follow this rule. Now, let's start our table topic session, that is our first session. So, beginning. The first speaker in this session is Toastmaster Palak, who is going to come and deliver her icebreaker. And for that, we have their evaluator, who is going to evaluate their speech, that is Toastmaster Sanjana. So I would like to call Toastmaster Sanjana on the stage.
Magnolious morning, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Toastmaster Sanjana Dharmani, appointed as an evaluator for today's meeting. Why an evaluator, you may ask? Well, Toastmasters is a platform that helps you become a better public speaker, communicator and leader. To be that better, you need someone who will observe you, appreciate your strengths and make a note of your weaknesses so that the next time you're on stage, you're the best version of yourself. Today I will be evaluating our very first speaker, Toastmaster Palak. She will be delivering her level 1 project 1, that is the Icebreaker Speech. This is the first speech a Toastmaster gives in their pathway. The purpose of an icebreaker is to introduce yourself to the club members through a 4 to 6 minute speech and learn and review the basics of public speaking. Your speech may be humorous, informational or any other style that appeals to you. Toastmaster Palak, may I please have you on stage. Toastmaster Palak, Icebreaker, Toastmaster Palak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. If you want to give a speech but you are still nervous, clap your hands. Thank God, I'm not the only one. I'm sorry, I use humor as my coping mechanism. A magnolious morning to Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and future Toastmaster sitting over here. I am Palak, and I was born in a beautiful city, Nagpur. I first murdered the cake on 24th January 2003. Cringe, right? Well, I am cringe. Now you can even get this information in my Aadhaar card. So let me tell you something you won't find in my Aadhaar card. I completed my preschool from Playhouse, then went to Thomas Arshi for my further studies and spent the best years of my life there. Then for my higher studies, I went to Catalyzer. And then I went directly into my room because the pandemic hit. I guess my home was my school for a year and a half. And now I am a second year BBA student in Raisoni. Now before moving further, let me ask you all a question. Do you guys watch reality shows?
Yes.
Has anybody seen drama, fighting, entertainment, Salman Khan, Big Boss? Has anybody seen Big Boss?
Yes.
Well, my family is a big boss house. There's always someone who is shouting. My mother. Then comes the person who did the mistake but is still ready to fight back. Me. Then comes the person who wants all the attention but entertains us. My younger brother. Then comes the person who just sits in the corner and watches the whole drama. My father. Indeed, the mastermind. But this was just a glimpse of my family. Let me introduce them individually. My mother, my supporter, is a homemaker. The faith she has in whatever she does and the faith she has in me is unbelievable. Now comes my father. The smartest of all is a businessman. He's not always there with me, but he's always there for me. Actually, I'm my father's mini version. And since we are the same poles of a magnet, we repel a lot. But all of this aside, he's the person I look up to the most. Now comes the cutest and smartest of all. No, sorry. I'm the cutest, he's the naughtiest of all. My younger brother. He's just like that elaichi in my biryani who irritates me the most. But without him, the taste of my life will be very bland. Finally, allow me to introduce the person I love the most, admire the most, and the person I love to be with. Any guesses who it is?
You.
Yeah, it's me. Call me selfish, but I'm obsessed with myself. And why shouldn't I be? Look at me. I do have some other qualities as well. I'm a very self-absorbed, attention-seeking, narcissistic girl. I also love drama, not watching. I am the drama. Well, apart from this, I'm a very sarcastic and a philosophical person as well. I can turn anything into a TED talk. Anything. So guys, if you need an unpaid therapist or a Sasta Sandeep Maheshwari, I'll be there for you. Finally, what made today, this is the person who I am today. A person who is obsessed with herself. A person who loves herself. A person who is confident enough to speak in front of you all. But what made me who I am today is a story known by very few. Let me tell you about it. I was a girl full of life. I still am, but it's just I got lost. I forgot how beautiful life is. It was after my 10th standard. I realized I couldn't be the happy, bubbly, attention-seeking girl anymore. There was something that was holding me back, not allowing me to accept the new change, new institute, new people, so ambitious people in my life. Every day I started losing my confidence. Every day I started doubting myself. Every day I started overthinking. One thought led to another, and it led me to depression. But it was okay. I went to a doctor, I took the medicines, and I was getting fine. But the moment I was getting better, the pandemic hit. And we all know what pandemic has done to our mental health. So this time, as COVID comes with a new variant every time, my depression came with anxiety. And this time, it was worse. I still remember the nights I used to cry in the washroom, beg God to stop all the thinking I had, continuously judging myself, criticizing myself, doubting myself, comparing myself. And a day came when I started comparing my life with my own best friend's life. A person who has been there with me in my ups and downs. A person who has accepted me for who I am. is the person I started envying. I started loathing myself. I just wanted to stop all the thinking. I just wanted to die. But as it is said, there's always a silver lining. And in my case, it was my counselor. At first, I was reluctant to go to her because I had already given up on myself. But my mother, being my mother, forced me to go to her. And believe me guys when I say it, my life hasn't been the same since that day. She again taught me the meaning of life and how beautiful it is. She taught me it's okay to not be okay. She taught me to accept my flaws and own them. So here I am today, owning them and loving them. But it's not been a bed of roses. I still have my breakdowns, I still cry, I still have anxiety. But the only difference is, I never ever give up on you now. And I have faith that I'll be better every day. So, in order to be better than yesterday, today, here I am, giving my icebreaker in front of you all by coming out of my comfort zone. I always live by a quote. We live most of our lives in our head, so make it a nice place to be. You cannot choose on what thought to have, but you can always choose on what thought to react. So choose wisely. And guys, remember, life is very beautiful. So let loose, go on random bike rides, go on solo date, watch cringe reality shows, take risks, have failure. But always remember, it's okay to not be okay. Thank you, and I'm the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mustafa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Palak, for that amazing speech. You indeed stopped us all in our tracks. Because this being your icebreaker speech, you were phenomenal. It was filled with amazing vocabulary and personal experiences which we could all relate to. So kudos to you. Now, hold on to your seats because the next speaker is coming to tickle your funny bone. We have a humorous speech from Toastmaster Janvi, whose speech evaluator is Toastmaster June. So I would like to call Toastmaster June on the stage to read the speech objectives of his speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mustafa. Greetings of the day, fellow Toastmasters and the budding Toastmasters present over here. Most of our speeches' effectiveness lies not in words, like actual words they are speaking, but in how it is said, the way they deliver. In Toastmasters, we believe that you should come up on the stage every day with a better version of yourself. And that is why we have evaluation of each and every speaker, be it a prepared speaker or a table topic speaker. Today, I will be evaluating two of the most amazing speakers we have in Toastmasters Club. The first speaker whom I am going to evaluate today is Toastmaster Janvi, who is going to deliver her Level 3, Project 3, that is Know Your Sense of Humor under the Pathway Leadership Development. So Toastmaster Janvi, the purpose of this speech is focused on understanding what makes you laugh and how to share that with others. The purpose of this project is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech including humor. Note, you will get 5 to 7 minutes to present your speech and choose a topic of your choosing. Your speech should include at least an anecdote or a story intending to entertain or bring humor to the audience. So Toastmaster Janvi, can I have you on the stage please? Toastmaster Janvi, life full of struggles. Life full of struggles, Toastmaster Janvi.
You know, life of an Indian teenager, struggle of an Indian teenager is not calculated by the marks or percentage score in examination. It is calculated by the question asked by their very own parents. That where they lost the remaining 2% after scoring 98 out of 100. A very good morning to man Toastmaster, teenage Toastmasters, struggling Toastmasters, and to the children of their disappointed parents. Raise your hands if you are from science background.
Okay. Now, raise your hands if you took science because there was no other option left. There you go. Being in continuous rush to be an exception is always there in us Indians. And one such exception is taking science after 10th. Well, as we are the citizen of the country with exploiting population, if an exception runs into millions. I was one such exceptional student. Well, I am now two. Let me tell you, I had a terrible education. I attended my junior college for those emotionally disturbed teachers. Now, swiftly moving to the struggles of my love life. You know, we girls are very much professional in increasing the oxytocin level in the fellow mates by using some unusual ethics and etiquettes of a melodramatic error with a pinch of water flow. In short, we just have to cry a little and boom, magic will happen. But fortunately, unfortunately, God was having different plans for me. Forget about crying. There was a time when a boy actually proposed me and I started laughing at his face. And guess what? He was my actual crush. Now you all know why I'm still single. My DMs are even more dry than the dry state itself. I must say that this Dharma production is actually doing an adhara. You know why? They show us that just like Student of the Year and Mehuna, the young girl will find her sweetheart, either Shahrukh or Varun. But we end up with either a silly nerd like Chatur or if you are lucky enough, then you may find a tall, dark, handsome, dynamic, multi-talented virus. And also, forget about that dupatta getting stuck to those handsome heroes. After meeting Chatur and Virus, I will stop wearing my dupatta. My story didn't started with a handsome man playing violins for me, but my destiny, who was in a mood of playing. During the entire year, I did the thing I was best at: sleeping, eating, repeating. But suddenly, my peaceful routine was disturbed by exam update, which was 1 week later. I got panicked and was wondering what to do and what to not. When suddenly, I got an idea that usually every student did. I took my phone, opened the browser and searched how to complete the entire syllabus in 1 week. The tips and tricks were boring, so I decided to start the preparation from next day. Days passed. Tomorrow was the exam. I did the second best thing I was good at. Took my phone, opened the browser and searched how to pray the God to cancel the exam day. Now it was the day of doom, the exam day. It is rightly said that the best of actors and strategists can be found in exam hall. The invigilator will come and go, and there you go. Every time you will try to remember something, your brain will say no. I still remember it was my 12th pre-board examination. I was as unprepared as my speech. The invigilator gave us the answer sheet. I was a bit nervous, but as soon as the invigilator gave us the question paper, I nearly survived a mini heart attack. It took me 30 minutes to realize that today's physics paper and not English. I was just trying to regain my senses back, when suddenly I heard someone shouting, "Ma'am, supplement." And I was like, the next moment, I was looking at my paper and then the clock. Then again my paper, then again the clock. Tick, tock, when suddenly the invigilator came to me and said, "The time shall pass, but will you?" After losing all my hopes, I made an eye contact with my guardian angel, my best friend. He looked at me, I looked at him, and regained my smile back. When suddenly he said, "Janvi, listen." Immediately being excited, I took my pen, grabbed my sheet and said, "Yes, I'm listening. To which he replied, "Today is not English paper." Happy realization, I said. What could be a better example of true friendship that we were on the same boat? Among the various lessons that I learned that day, one was to never look up to your best friend during examination.
you will get nothing but disappointment. And second was to start preparing for your examination beforehand. After all, watching those stupid videos will only give you the confidence of sitting examination without studying. Studying? Oh no, I forgot. Today is the last day of assignment submission. Oh no, another struggle I have to do. So I have to leave. You know, life full of struggles. Thank you and over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Janvi, for that satirical speech. As we all know, doing humor in front of a complete unknown audience is not a cakewalk, but you surely made it look like one. So kudos to you. Moving on, our next speaker is going to come over here to ignite a flame of inspiration and motivation within all of us. So, without skipping a beat, let's call our next speaker Toastmaster Sajida, whose speech evaluator is Toastmaster June, whom I would like to call on the stage to read his speaker's speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mustafa. Greetings once again. I'm back to introduce my second speaker. So, my second speaker for today is Toastmaster Sajida, who will be delivering her level 3, project 3, that is Inspire Your Audience under the pathway Leadership Development. So, Toastmaster Sajida, the project addresses how to present a speech in an enthusiastic and inspiring fashion to establish a strong rapport with your audience. The purpose of your speech is to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. Select a topic with an intent of inspiring your audience and prepare a 5 to 7 minute speech and present it in a club meeting. So, Toastmaster Sajida, may I have you on the stage, please? Toastmaster Sajida, with brave wings, she flies. With brave wings, she flies. Toastmaster Sajida.
Wishing a magnolious morning to all the dignitaries, my fellow Toastmasters and the future Toastmasters. How many of you have seen the movie Queen and still watch it a couple of 100 times without getting bored? Well, yes, this movie is just phenomenal if I have to describe it in one word. The movie has also won 32 awards till date. The movie revolves around the life of Rani, a typical Indian girl who never dared to dream beyond having a happy marriage and being a good wife. It is only when she is left at the altar that her inhibitions break and she takes a life-altering decision of going on her honeymoon alone to Paris and Amsterdam. She sets herself free. It is this journey which she takes alone after being brought up in a nauseating, overprotective environment all her life, which changes everything for her. As she meets the other youngsters, her new flatmates, who were all from different countries, different cultural backgrounds, carefree, spirited, and living life to the fullest, she realizes that there's more to life than just getting a well-settled life in her early 20s with a perfect job, perfect husband, and perfect family. It's been 7 years since we first met Rani, who went from Ji, Rajodi se hu, to मेरा लाइफ इतना खराब हो गया है, इतना खराब हो गया है, मैं अपने हनीमून पे अकेली आई हूँ. When asked what she was doing in Paris alone, as she navigated the world and her life with innocence, resilience, and a lot of sense of humor, we cheered for her from the seats of theatre and eventually fell in love. Helped by Vikas Bahal, the film chronicles the misadventures of Rani, who sets out for a solo trip instead of cancelling them when her plans went down the drain with her fiance's refusal to marry her. Nevertheless, I am not here to talk about the movie. The reason I am here is for the lessons that I learned from the movie and which we all should consider is that you are your biggest happiness. Never depend on someone else for your own happiness. there are a lot more chances that you may find happiness within yourself than that one person alone. Happiness is to be perfectly content with yourself just as you are. I have always had an image of me being a short-heighted girl. But hey, I have 2 hands and 2 legs with which I can do my own course by myself. And I cannot be more grateful than that. Meeting yourself. It is very important to know, understand, and most importantly, explore yourself before you meet someone else. Traveling to new places, meeting new people, and gaining different experiences develops your personality and your outlook towards life. And I met myself here in Toastmasters, where I realized myself what actually makes me Sajida, a person who loves to be on stage and speaks her mind fearlessly. It's okay to vent once in a while. We all could relate to Rani's predicament, who in her alcohol-induced stupor ranted about how she felt when her fiancé refused to marry her. And it helped that she had a patient yet completely abused Vijaya Lakshmi listening to her. Talking is therapeutic, while ranting is life-changing. And we all could relate to that, because we all rant with our best friends, our cousins, or whoever we feel easy talking with. And I remember that I ranted about choosing BBA over biotech. And you ask me why? Because I loved biology like a mother loves her child. But then they say everything happens for the good. And what can be more good than me standing here speaking with a passion to chase those heights? Keep embracing the spark within you that makes you unique. How can we forget Rani going the passions with her authentic Indian golgappe? Mouth-watering, right? But here, her incredible cooking skills set her apart from the other contestants. Celebrate what makes you unique. To do anything else would feel like you're not being true to yourself. Keep embracing the uniqueness, because that is where your true gifts lie. And I realized my uniqueness here, where I could speak my thoughts clearly. There's more to a tragedy. Maybe getting dumped or not having things turn out the way you've always dreamt of is for the best after all. Because it's the worst things in our life that brings out the best in us. And soon you begin to realize that the cool Dadi had already told you कि सब अच्छे के लिए होता है. So when Rani's marriage is called off, she picks up those already packed bags and sets out for a solo trip to Paris and Amsterdam instead of cancelling the trip. And I think maybe me not getting admitted into some other college happened for a good reason. We youngsters have different emotions, different feelings, and different perspectives towards life. For someone, she would come as the homely Rani with the perfect job, perfect husband and family. For someone, she would be the Golgappa serving Rani. For someone, she also might be the one dumping her fiancé. For someone, she would be the one traveling freely Rani. And if you ask me, who was she for me? Well, she was the one who danced carelessly on the countertop. Who was she for you? Thank you, and over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sajida, for that truly inspiring speech. I was really in awe. You know what? After looking at you, how you delivered your speech, going a further mile, sitting on the floor and crying shows how dedicated and competent you are as a speaker. And from your speech, I gathered one thing. A quote that was said to me by my father that says, turn your weakness into your uniqueness. Let's move on. This was it for the prepared speech session. 3 amazing speakers. And I'm sure you guys really enjoyed listening to the speeches as they had enjoyed delivering them. Now, let's move on, calling the timer to give their time reports for the prepared speech round. So, I would like to call the timer Toastmaster Komal.
Greetings. I am back with my reports of tiny reports for prepared speech session. The speaker number 1, Toastmaster Paula, took 5 minutes 50 seconds. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Janvi, took 5 minutes 59 seconds. Toastmaster number 3, Toastmaster Sajida, took 5 minutes 57 seconds. Thank you, and over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mustafa.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Komal. Alright, moving forward to the round 2. The ball is in your court, audience, because now it's time for the table topic session. Yes, the session in which you as the audience can take part. So without any further ado, I would like to call today's designated table topics master, Toastmaster Kushi, to commence this event.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mustafa. Stage fear will lead you to becoming a stage lover. We make known this afternoon to Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and to the to-be Toastmasters. You all might be wondering, what is this table topic session or what is going to happen over here? Let me fill in you over there. Table topic session helps members practice their thinking and speaking skills on their feet. It also helps them to develop the 4 communication skills. Number 1, listening. How carefully you listen to the topic that I give you. Number 2, thinking. How innovatively you think the content within the strict time limit. Number 3, organizing. How perfectly you structure your speech. And number 4, delivering. How creatively you deliver your speech when on the stage. As the topics master today, I have my box of topics. And also, I have the power in my hand to select a few of you to come up and speak. All you have to do is pick a chip of a particular color and give it to me. I will read the topic twice and then you get 30 seconds to think on it. The timer will show a red card at the end of 30 seconds and you may begin speaking. The timer will show a green card at the end of 1 minute, a yellow card at the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, and a red card at the end of 2 minutes. Grace period of 30 seconds will be provided to each speaker to wrap up their speeches. You can relate the topic to your life or any experience you had. Your speech can be humorous or inspirational. So, without wasting any more time, let us begin with the session. But wait, as you all are newbies and you don't have any idea of what table topics actually is, I want some seniors to volunteer for it. I see Toastmaster Bhavya over there. Can I have you? So, Toastmaster Bhavya. The topic is, if you could spend 1 day in someone else's shoe, who would it be and why? I repeat, if you could spend 1 day in someone else's shoe, who would it be and why? Over to you.
Very warm morning to Madam Toastmasters, all my fellow Toastmasters and all the future Toastmasters present over here. So, if I could spend a day in someone else's shoes, who would it be? It would be Spider-Man. You guys must be wondering what's the reason I want to be Spider-Man for a day. The first reason why I want to be Spider-Man for 1 day or anybody amongst you want to be Spider-Man for a day is to be the superhero of the town and experience the superpowers, popularity and thrills of being a superhero. The second reason of me being a Spider-Man is to serve people and to help them under any circumstances, any situation, and to help the cops, to deal with the criminals, and I'm the first person to reach out there if there's any emergency. If you guys think I'm going to do all this work and live a life 1 day being a superhero, you guys are highly mistaken. I, being a very lazy person, all I'm going to do is just lie on my bed in a very cozy and comfortable position, all set to watch my favorite TV show. But this is one thing which I experience the most. I always forgot the TV remote on the table, which is very far from me. But now, I am Spider-Man. I have my superpowers. My superpowers will rescue me. I use my web shooter to get the remote in no time at ease. I'll not only help myself, but I'll also help the people. Like, I'll also help my mom. As you all guys know, it's the monsoon season. I'll spread my web all around the house so that my mom can dry her clothes on it. Thank you, and over to you, Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavya. Where your speech was, I guess, humorous. The way you turned your speech from inspirational to humorous was on point. The only recommendation I have for you is go for a little voice modulation so that you will be better next time. Okay? You may take this. Okay, I want some senior to volunteer. Toastmaster Sanika, can I have you? So, Toastmaster Sanika, your topic is ignorance is bliss. I repeat, your topic is ignorance is bliss.
Master for this topic, and very melodious morning to everyone. Well, it is a very relatable topic indeed. Ignorance is bliss. The topic says that there is someone who is unaware about what is going around and doesn't even worry about it. Like if someone is afraid of lizards and doesn't know that there is lizard under the chair. Ignorance would be a bliss until the person is unaware that the lizard is there. So it means that we did not get affected by something which is not true. So in our everybody's life, there are so many things which bothers us too much, and we couldn't get over it. So just ignore the things. Suppose you are in a friend circle and no one is counting on you. Whether you are genuine and never thought evil about anyone, but still, you are the only one who is ignored. At that point, remember, at the end, you came alone and you will go alone. No matter what, so many things will bother you. But instead of trying to please others, just ignore the things and enjoy the things you like the most. Ignore everyone that makes you problematic. Work on yourself and enjoy the things you like the most. And stop everyone and ignore everyone who is stopping you to do so. The more you'll ignore, the more you'll happy. Thank you, and over to the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanika. Well, Sanika, starting with your content, I absolutely loved the content. You used the 30 seconds very well, and you also used the word of the day. That's appreciable. And I just want to tell you that you should, I'll just recommend you that you should just use more of the stage, and then you'll be better next time. Thank you. The senior speakers are over, and now my target are you all. You can volunteer yourself, or I have to use my pass and select a few of you very randomly. Giving you 30 seconds to volunteer, or I have to use my pass. Okay, now next target is, I want someone from the boys to volunteer. No, I'll choose. I see a guy sitting in in a green t-shirt looking at his phone. Yes, you. Can you please volunteer? Okay, the next one will be someone from this side. I want the girls sitting on the fifth row, third bench. That's you, Vidhi. I can see a guy hiding his face over there. The one behind the specs. Abhi, can I have you? Okay, one last person. I want someone from the boys. Okay, the last bench. Who is sitting in front of Manisha ma'am? Okay, so who was the first one I selected? Can I have? Wait. The topic, Toastmaster Kinchu. The topic is the first 5 days after the weekend are the hardest. I repeat, the topic is the first 5 days after the weekend are the hardest.
Good morning everyone, Raisoni here. So my topic is the first 5 days after the weekend are the hardest. So the weekends are Sunday, Saturday and the first 5 days after the weekends are the weekdays. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. These are like the college days. And these actually, these weekdays are actually really difficult. Like, I have struggled getting up daily, and I snooze my before sleeping. I put my alarm 7 a.m. I don't even wake up at 7 a.m. I keep it snoozing till it's 7:15, 7:30, 7:20, 7:30. I have trouble waking up every morning, and then there's my mom screaming at me, wake up, you have to go to college, And then I dread going to the bathroom, having a shower, then eating a breakfast, then I have to walk to my bus stop every day. I go to my college, then I attend my college, then I have to socialize with everyone, and it's like a bit tough for me because I'm an introvert. And then after I come from college, I get tired so much that I just crash on my bed. So this is usually how my weekdays are. The first 5 days after of my week, and then comes the weekdays. So you might wonder how I spend my weekdays. Actually, I do nothing. I just watch a TV or do something, and just like lazily be around just lazily laze around my home all the time. So like the first 5 the weekdays are really hard for me, tough for me. So that's all I have to say about this topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kinchu. Firstly, I appreciate you for challenging your fear and coming up on the stage and speaking. Speaking about your content, you very well understood the topic. You related it with your life, which is a good point. The only recommendation I have for you is be a little louder so that the audience sitting at the last can hear your voice too. Thank you so much. May I have the next speaker?
So Toastmaster Manav, your topic is some days you are a predator and some days you are a prey. I repeat, your topic is some days you are a predator and some days you are a prey.
Good morning everyone.
Wait till I show you.
Okay, the topic is basically some days you are vulnerable and some days you do something wrong to someone and some days someone do wrong to you. You got that? Should I start it?
Good morning everyone. Basically I also feel that sometimes when I do wrong for anyone, I feel some guilt, and basically in past days I also feel that some friends are do wrong with me. So I feel because that I also do wrong with them. That not matter to me. And thank you.
Firstly, Toastmaster Madhav, I appreciate you for taking the topic. The only you were very good, you were confident enough, you were trying to understand the topic, and it's a good point that you didn't understand the topic, so you asked someone, so that's a good point. And the one recommendation I have for you is use those 30 seconds wisely. Use it in a better way so that you can speak a little more next time. Thank you. So, Toastmaster Event, your topic is actions speak louder than words. I repeat, your topic is actions speak louder than words.
Nice morning to everyone present over here. I'm Abhi Bhaiya, and the line that actions speaks better than words was taught to me by my mom, because till date I'm not a very good speaker, I'm not even a good speaker. So this same journey, my mom also went through these all hardships, and she just said that show some bravery, that show that confidence in your work, that the judge or the audience should feel happy that he is a confident guy. Though he didn't speak a single word on the stage, but he was confident enough to walk from that seat to this stage. This was the first lesson as a motivational speaker, my mom, and she's now Mrs. India's second runner-up 2016. So I'm still getting inspired. She is my idol, and I'm yet getting inspired by her. That's it. Thank you.
So Toastmaster Veer, I appreciate you for taking up the topic. You started very well. You related the topic with your mom, the things she taught you. You related it with your life. That's a good point. You were seeming confident. I don't know if you were or don't, but you were confident on the stage. So that's kudos to you. The only recommendation I have for you is try using the stage. Okay? Thank you. So Toastmaster Nitin, your topic is don't count your chickens before they hatch. I repeat, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Just give it a try. You have 30 seconds.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nitin Sachani.
Just give it a try. What do you understand in your speech? It's about just don't boast about your success before you get it. You can try and speak.
Just give it a try. Whatever you understood, just laugh at that. That's okay if you don't expect.
Can I have the next question? Okay, so Toastmaster, the topic is what would you do in a zombie apocalypse? I repeat, what would you do in a zombie apocalypse?
And what if the world is dying and you guys are getting attacked by zombies? Do you want to stay or you want to have the same routine? Okay, so everybody wants to be in this world, right? So the thing is you have to save the world. And the point is how can you get saved by zombies? Nobody knows it. It is like we cannot think that in 30 seconds. But at least we can try like getting escape from there or something. But then zombies are zombies. What would I do? I would try to save, obviously. And some escapes, we have a lot of escape things, helicopters or anything. And yes, we can try, at least rather than dying, trying is better. Okay, thank you.
So Toastmaster, I appreciate you for taking the challenging topic. Your content, you started very well. You tried to connect with the audience, which is a good point. And you were nervous in the beginning, but you turned into a confident speaker towards the end. The only recommendation I have for you is use the stage so that your speeches are more. Thank you.
Greetings once again. I'm back with my reports. Time reports for impromptu session is as follows. Speaker number 1, Toastmaster Bhavya, took 1 minute 15 seconds. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Sanika, took 1 minute 9 seconds. Speaker number 3 took 2 minutes 26 seconds. Speaker number 4 took 37 seconds. Speaker number 5 took 1 minute 68 seconds. Speaker number 6 took 0 seconds. Speaker number 7 took 1 minute 3 seconds. All the speakers are qualified except speaker number 4 and speaker number 6. Thank you, and over to table topic master Toastmaster Kushi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kuru. It was indeed a magnolious table topic session. I encourage all of you to keep participating and to get rid of your stage fear. With this, my job is done. I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mustafa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Khushi, for conducting a smooth and really good table topic session. And I congratulate all the speakers for showing courage and confidence to come on the stage and speak. With this, we are going to start the third round, that is the evaluation session, for which I would like to call the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nilesh.
Magnolious morning to one and all present over here. Now we will be beginning with our evaluation session. So first the speech evaluators will be presenting their evaluation report for the speakers, followed by the report of the tag team members. So first of all, I would like to call Toastmaster June to present his evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nilesh. Greetings of the day once again, Toastmasters. I'm back with my evaluation for my speakers, and the first speaker I will evaluate right now is Toastmaster Janvi. Okay, so Toastmaster Janvi, the topic you chose, life full of struggles, that was really great, and like you connected very well that what is your topic and your speech were relatable. Like if we just listen to your topic, we can understand that what you are going to explain and what you are going to talk about. So that was great by choosing that topic. Talking about the structure or the content of your speech, great start, amazing. The way you started was hilarious. The punches were on point, had amazing body language and stage choreography. The way you were portraying like tick tock and all, and that you also enacted that individuator part. Also you did that violin parts and all. That was a part that you showed that how confident you are, and you portrayed that stage choreography in your speech. And that is what we want in a humorous speech, because just with words you can't make the audience laugh. You have to make your actions do that. So great part. Relatable examples we gave, like everyone can relate at the exam part, the love life, everything was relatable with everyone, because we are the same age audience. So good job done on that. Had a well structured speech, that you had a proper opening, proper body and the proper closing. Like in a speech, we just, whatever the speech is, inspirational, table topic or a humorous speech, we just focuses on how a speaker is constructing or structuring his or her speech. And you did it very well. Voice modulation on point. There is only one recommendation for you, that you had a really small room in your stage. Like here is a projector and here is a podium. So you were not able to move around. So you would have used this part of the stage so that you had a more space to perform yourself. That was it. You just stopped me in your track by that speech, and that was a really hilarious speech. Other than that, I don't have any other opinion for your speech. That's it. Great start. Had a well structured speech. stage choreography was on point, you were well prepared, had relatable examples, just to work on your stage, how to use a stage. You just have to learn that. That's it. Other than that, you were great. Thank you. Second speaker we had was Toastmaster Sajida. So Toastmaster Sajida, your speech was to inspire others, and every time we try to see that how we can inspire others by making a story, make up a story. But you used an existing story, which was a movie, Queen, and you presented a video like a PPT kind of presentation, and that was rebellious. And you also tried to compare your life with that movie, so that like people know that how you are relating that movie and inspire others by giving your own examples in the parts of the movie. You also had some really great examples on your own life. Had just few recommendations for you. That the first one is facial expressions that were a little bit missing on your face. I don't know if you were nervous or something else, I don't know. But the facial expressions were missing. That is what grasped the audience so that they can look at you and get inspired by you. So that was missing. Voice modulation, on some part of the speech I felt that your voice modulation was not like monotonous and you were not loud enough. I'm not sure that in the back people would be able to hear you. So I would recommend you to use a mic instead of that. But without mic also you had a great hand gestures and you portrayed yourself. You did that sitting and crying scene also. So that was a great part. That was it. Well structured speech. You had opening, body, closing. Again, that was amazing. So that was it. Summing up, like you had a story in your speech, presentation. That was great job. Structure of your speech was okay. You just have to work on your facial expressions and the voice modulation, and try to have a mic on your speech so you are used to it, so that you are like you don't have to get that feeling that I can't use a mic just because I have to use hand gestures. So try to come up on the stage and try to give your speech on mic so that you are used to it. That was it for Toastmaster Sajida and for my evaluation. I hope the evaluation of both the speakers will help you and you guys also, so that you all can learn from their mistakes and their achievements and come up with a great speech in future. Thank you, and over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster June. Now we have our second evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjana, and she will be evaluating an icebreaker speech. I want you all to listen her very carefully because the icebreaker speech is going to be your first speech in the Toastmasters. Toastmaster Sanjana, please come on the stage.
Seek to be worth knowing rather than be well known. Magnolia's greetings everyone. I am back with my evaluation reports for Toastmaster Color. Toastmaster Color, congrats on giving your icebreaker speech. Welcome to the world of Toastmasters. Talking about your speech, you definitely stopped being my tracks to say the least. Your speech was relatable, there was a good use of vocabulary and phrases, you maintained good eye contact with the audience. Also, a point I really appreciated was when you came on stage, you waited for me to sit down and then you began your speech, so I could be precise with my evaluations. I loved your start, your content was very good. The start was particularly interesting because you captured the audience's attention right from the beginning. Your speech was very interactive, you were constantly asking questions, taking them along with yourself. It wasn't like you were just delivering a speech. Them all of us with you, which was really good. You also had good stage choreography, you used hand gestures, I but still I saw you were trying to use hand gestures as much as you could. You also the part where you compared your family to the Big Boss house and made those comparisons, that was definitely very unique. There's a quote that says, "Be addicted to bettering yourself." To help you do that, I have some recommendations for you. The only point where I felt you could have done better was that you could have taken proper pauses. Somewhere, at some points, I felt that you were rushing with your speech a bit. So the next time, please maintain your speed, take proper pauses. Also, it was clear that you were very well versed with your speech, but maybe you were a bit nervous, so you were stumbling a bit. So try to be more confident. All in all, you were phenomenal. Your speech was interactive, relatable, interesting, fun to listen to. You tried to incorporate stage choreography, hand gestures. Only thing, maintain your speed, take proper pauses, be confident. You can do that by coming up for role plays and further speeches, and I'm sure you will definitely do wonders. Thank you. And over to the general manager.
Our speech evaluators. Now, the tag team report. For the same, I would like to call first the timer Toastmaster Komal.
Greetings once again. I'm back with my timing reports for our third session, that is evaluation session. Speaker number 1, Toastmaster June. Evaluator number 1, Toastmaster June, took 2 minutes 21 seconds to evaluate Toastmaster Janvi. Evaluator number 2, Toastmaster Sanjana, took 2 minutes 28 seconds to evaluate Toastmaster Perla. Toastmaster June once again took 2 minutes 12 seconds to evaluate Toastmaster Sajid. That's it from my side. Thank you, and over to General Evaluator Toastmaster Nilesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Komal. Now let's see how fluent our speakers were. And for the same, I would like to call our counter Toastmaster Renuka.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Nilesh. A magnolious afternoon, so as promised, I'm back with my reports. Before that, let me tell you that an R-Counters report will help you to focus on your fluency, and also it will improve your next presentation. So coming to the reports, first prepared speech session report. Toastmaster Palak took 0 number of pauses, 0 number of crutches and 2 stammers, total 2. And the repeated word was but. Toastmaster Janvi took 1 number of pauses, 1 crutch, 2 stammers, total 4. And the repeated word was like. Toastmaster Sajida took 1 pause, 0 crutch and 3 stammers, total 4. And the repeated word was some. Coming to the impromptu speech session report, Toastmaster Bhavya took 0 pauses, 0 crutch and 1 stammer, total 1. And the repeated word was and. Toastmaster Sanika took 0 pauses, 3 crutch, 2 stammers, total 5. And the repeated word was like. Toastmaster Kinchu took 0 pauses, 2 crutch, 2 stammers, total 4. And the repeated word was then. Toastmaster Manav took 2 pauses, 0 crutch, 1 stammer, total 3. And the repeated word was basically. Toastmaster Abir took 2 pauses, 0 crutch, 0 stammers, total 2. Toastmaster Vidhi took 1 pause, 0 crutch, 1 stammer, total 2. So these are my reports. Thank you, and over to the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nilesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Renuka. Now it's our last role players report, the grammarian. So now I would like to call Toastmaster Hussain on the stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Making mistakes is a part of learning and growing, so just acknowledge it. Greetings once again, I'm back with my reports. So first of all, I'll start with some of the excellent usage of the English language, starting with glimpses, ambitious, anxiety, melodramatic, ignite, inhibitions, nauseating, vulnerable, apocalypse, and portray. Now the incorrect usage and their mistakes and their corrections. One of the speakers said your speech it should be your speech, maybe. One of the speakers said my some friends, it should be some of my friends. One of the speakers said it was really it was really great. Now one thing I'd like to mention over here is that when you are here on the stage, on a Toastmaster stage, you cannot use any Hindi words or Hindi sentences until and unless you are not quoting something. For example, if you are telling a dialogue of a film, then that's okay. But other than that, you cannot use any language other than English. So just make a note of it. Now coming to the word of the day and phrase of the day report. So the word of the day was used 14 times and the phrase of the day was used 3 times, which is quite decent. That's all from my report. Over to the General Evaluator, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussain. Now it is the time of my general evaluation report for the overall meeting. So I will be evaluating each of the role plays specifically and one by one. So starting with the subject accounts, Toastmaster Diya. Toastmaster Diya, being the sergeant at arms, you have done your role very nicely. Your briefing of rules and regulations were crisp and clear to every audience. And also, I noticed that you were maintaining the discipline with the help of second sergeant at arms. So it was a very plus point for your role. Just one recommendation: use voice modulation when it is the time you are briefing about the rules and regulation. It will make your rules more clear and it will give a strict impact so that they would be followed. So thank you, Toastmaster Diya. Now moving on towards our second role player, that is the presiding officer, Toastmaster Mohak. Toastmaster Mohak, as a presiding officer, you were supposed to tell the minutes of last meeting. You have done it very nicely. You mentioned all the speakers of the last meeting. Also, you had introduced, you had a very warm greetings to everyone. So good job done on that. Also, when you were on the stage, your stage presence was amazing. So good job done on that. For now, I don't have any recommendation for you. Thank you. Moving on towards our next role player, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mustafa. The role of Toastmaster of the day is one of the most crucial and important roles, as he is the one who will be maintaining the energy throughout the meet and the flow of the meeting. And this was done very nicely by Toastmaster Mustafa. Your stage presence and energy was on point, or I can say above the mark. So good job done on that. Only one minor mistake that had been done, that was when the prepared speech session was about to start, you had mentioned it wrongly as a table topic session. So that was a minor mistake that was done by you. Just be more attentive or more specific when you are saying these things. So thank you, Toastmaster Mustafa. Now the tag team. Let me tell you that the role of the tag team is very important when it comes to listening skills, because they are the one who will be observing entire meeting on some of the special aspects like grammarian or grammar. So they need to be more attentive. So this is the specification of their role is the listening skills. So beginning with the timer, Toastmaster Komal, you had a very brief and crisp introduction of the timing guidelines. You had mentioned it all. You also had shown the timer cards on points and note down the timings of the speakers. So good job done on that. The only recommendation for you is to not forget to mention the qualifications. So this was the only recommendation for you. Thank you, Toastmaster. Next, our founder, Toastmaster Renuka. Toastmaster Renuka, being an counter, you were very vigilant, you were keenly listening to all the speakers and you had noted down the pauses and crutches very well so that the speakers could be benefited from your report. Also, you had mentioned the opening in your report, which was a very plus point because it gave the brief introduction why your report will be helping the speakers and how. So that was a good job done. Only recommendation for you is be little bit more clear to audience because when you were telling the report, it was in one flow and it was a bit difficult to segregate your report. So be more clear from next time. Thank you, Toastmaster Renuka. Now, the Toastmaster Hussain as the grammarian. As a grammarian, you had done your job very well. Your word of the day selection was very nicely, very good because it was used many a times and every one of us get to know one another word. So good job done on that. You had a very good description and also you had a very good report which includes the good usage as well as you rectify the misuses also. Also you had a very nice suggestion of using an English language and you had very well cleared it all to them in very first meeting. So good job done on that. Toastmaster Hussain, the only suggestion for you is be more expressive through your face expressions. Because if you will be smiling or you will be having a positive facial expression, so the audience will be engaged more with your role. So that was the only recommendation for you. Next, Toastmaster Khushi as a table topic master. Toastmaster Khushi, very good topics. Engaging role you had done. You had interacted with them very well. The only suggestion for you is, you know that they are new to table topic sessions. So you would have asked them first that did you get the topic, then had taken your place because it had taken a lot of time. Because when you go on your place, then you explain the topic, then you go on the place. So that was a bit lengthy process. So make it short and be more attentive and more as per situations you should have acted. So that is the only suggestions. Now the last, that are the role players. So both of the role players had very good point to notice. You had a brief introductions of what were the objectives of the speakers. Also, one thing I like about Toastmasters Sanjana is that when you were presenting your reports, you had some quotations to mention which had made your script or made your report more glamorous and more interesting for the audience. So that was a very good job done on that. Only suggestion for you, Toastmaster Sanjana, is be more brief about what is the recommendation part, because you had wiped it in a short form. If you have been briefed it more detailed, so the audience could get it more nicely. So that was the only suggestion for you. Next, for Toastmaster June, the recommendation for you is work bit more upon your delivery part of your report, because you were very well fluent in when you are presenting your objectives. And in report part, you had very good pointers, but it would be in more fluent so that speaker and audience could be more engaged with you. So this was the only suggestion for you. So thank you everyone, and hope to see you all in the next Toastmaster meeting. With this, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mustafa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nilesh, for that very appropriate and precise evaluation. I'm pretty sure with your evaluation and recommendations, all the speakers and the role players will bring out their A game in the next meeting. Now, this marks the end of the evaluation session, And so, moving on to the last session, the fourth session, that is the most exciting part of the session, which all the speakers and the role players eagerly wait for, and that is the Felicitation Session, for which I would like to call our Chief Mentor, Toastmaster Manisha ma'am, to start the Felicitation Session.
Let's begin with felicitation. We have these Toastmaster ribbons to give you all in every meet. Let me tell you that. So the best speaker, first speaker we had Toastmaster Palak. She was given the Icebreaker. The second one we had Janvi Umbre, Toastmaster. She had given the Icebreaker Speech. And the third speaker we had Toastmaster Sajda. So can you all look the other way around? Can we have a show of hands for Toastmaster Palak? Janvi?
Guys, you cannot vote for one speaker more than once. So like if you're voting for Toastmaster Palak, then you cannot vote for Toastmaster Janvi because it gets very confusing.
Okay, let's start the game all over again. First for Toastmaster Palak. Okay, Toastmaster Janvi and Toastmaster Sajda. Okay, Toastmaster Palak, please come on stage.
Janvi.
Toastmaster Janvi, get out of here. Thank you so much. Now let's have the best role player. First we had the Sergeant Arms Toastmaster Dia. Then we had the presiding officer Toastmaster Mohak is here. We had the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mustafa. How many feel Mustafa did a great job? Okay. Then we had the tag team timer, Toastmaster Komal. We had the R-counter, Toastmaster Renuka. We had the grammarian, Toastmaster Hussain. Okay. So, I feel, yes, I'm not considering the table topic master because this session was unnecessarily lengthy and I'm not considering her for that. The best role player, Toastmaster Mustafa. Over to you. No, he's not here. Who do you want?
I want Toastmaster.
Please, Toastmaster. Evaluating the Icebreaker, how many feel that Sandhya did a great job? Okay. And considering Toastmaster June for his evaluation for Toastmaster Janvi. It's Toastmaster Sanjana. Nilesh, please on the stage. The mentors who are doing the honors, okay? Toastmaster runs on mentor-mentee relationships. for the best table topic speaker. I'm not considering the seniors for this, but the juniors. The first speaker was Toastmaster. Toastmaster Kinshu. How many feel Toastmaster Kinshu did a great job? Toastmaster Abhir. And Toastmaster Vinny. So Toastmaster Abhir, please come on stage. That's all for Felicitation Session. Over to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mustafa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manisha ma'am, for that wonderful session. I congratulate all the speakers for their excellent job, and I congratulate all the winners for doing an outstanding job. Everyone can get recognition, trust me. This marks the end of the felicitation round, and also, unfortunately, it marks the end of my role as a Toastmaster of the Day. But before I leave, I would like to say something. A quote by my very most inspirational person. His frame is right over there in the background. He's Steve Jobs. He once said, "Stay hungry, stay foolish," which is for all of you. And you might be wondering what it means. Well, all of you are here for the first years. So, stay hungry, stay foolish. Always have the hunger to do better and dream about so extraordinary things that the world might even call you foolish. Thank you, and now I hand over the meeting to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Mohak. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mustafa, for conducting the meeting so smoothly. I congratulate all the excellent speakers, role players for presenting their roles and respective speeches. I also congratulate all the amazing winners. I genuinely appreciate the efforts of our Madam Toastmaster. I also congratulate all the budding Toastmasters without whose support this event wouldn't have been possible. I genuinely congratulate our Madam Toastmaster for showing her constant support throughout the year and making this finisher a grand success. Indeed, this program was a very successful one. With Toastmasters, the learning never stops. We'll be back again with an excellent bunch of future Toastmasters next year. Thank you so much, guys. With this, my role for the presiding officer of the day comes to an end. Now, for the final call, I would like to call Sergeant at Arms to come over the stage and give the meeting a final call. Thank you.
I congratulate all the winners, participants and the meeting in charge for conducting such a wonderful meeting. Now I officially close the meeting. I would like to call Toastmaster Ekra and Toastmaster Kashish for the further proceedings.
I, Toastmaster Ekra,
And I, Toastmaster Kashish,
would like to take the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked hard to make this event a successful one. Firstly, I convey my gratitude towards the Director of Raisoni Business School, Dr. Aarti Deshpande. A big thanks to Principal Jaswinder Kaur. Also, we would like to thank our very own Chief Mentor, Dr. Manisha Zalpilwar, for being the guiding light for this event. And my special thanks to all the deans present.
Further, we feel honored to thank the entire Toastmasters General Council and volunteers who contributed towards making this event a success by their constant efforts. Thanks to the teaching and non-teaching staff for always being the biggest support, and to all the budding students for their presence in this event.
I would like to inform you that we have flowed a feedback form in the group, so we want you to fill it right now.
Official.
And it's on your official group, and the next meeting is of Diamond Club, which will be on Tuesday, and I am looking forward for your presence over there. And one more thing, A section is Diamond Club, B section is Emerald Club. Please fill the form right now.
Some question answers they want to ask.
So do you guys have any question? Be free to ask.
Anybody would like to ask any questions, have some queries?
Thank you so much.
We hand it over to Toastmaster team and Toastmaster Village to interact with the students. Okay? See to it that they fill the feedback forms. Otherwise, officially, the CYNOSURE is over. First meeting on Tuesday. Okay, Avatar.